Alright, so I'm going to show how to open up and disassemble this Dell XPS L502X. So first we're going to remove the battery. Just slide this over to the left, and then you can pop the battery out. Alright, after that we're going to go ahead and remove the screws. So these are all, looks like PH or JS1 screws. So first let's remove this door here. There's 3 screws holding it in place. They are held into the door with washers. So just undo the screws, but leave them in there. Alright, and then once you do remove all 3 screws, you should be able to pop the cover off. Okay, just like this. If it's stuck, as you saw, I had to unscrew it while I was pulling the cover up. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and remove all the screws. I don't know why, but they didn't put the hard drive under here, so we have to take everything else out. Under here you can see the RAM. For the RAM, just pull these 2 tabs to the side, and you can pop it out like this. This is PC3 10600S. So you want this same specs. The storage amount you can change if you want 2 4GB sticks, 2 8GB sticks, whatever they sell. Just make sure that the other spec matches. Alright, so we're going to put the stick of RAM back in, push it down. There's a bunch of connectors here, but I can't see what they're going into, so I don't want to mess with them. You got the wireless card here, just the 1 screw. It pops up like the RAM and you can pull it out. The antennas you pull from the tail, and then you can just pull it straight up. If you want to see how that works, you can watch a lot of my other videos will show how to remove wireless cards on them, and I show that. I'm most likely not going to have to remove that to do the repair that I'm doing. I need to replace the wireless, or not the wireless card, the hard drive on there. Alright, if that's the CPU, it looks like it's soldered to the board. Actually, this is the GPU. The CPU is under here. The CPU is actually on a slot, and it is upgradable, but it's only upgradable like to the same generation, the same slot. So usually I wouldn't bother upgrading the CPUs on these kinds of things. Okay, then it looks like this is a subwoofer speaker connector, and you got the fan connector here. And then this connector is probably for the charge port, but I can't say for sure. Alright, so we're going to remove all the screws here. If you want to remove just the optical drive, there's this 1 screw here holding it in place, and you would just remove that one. Alright, anyways, I'm going to remove all the screws. Okay, just like this. Alright, and the way I keep track of them, I put them in the pattern that I remove them, so along across the top like that. That's how I remove those screws. And then I'll just put them on my desk in that pattern with the head of the screws face down, so that way the screw lays flat on the table. Okay, so just like this, put them head side up. Alright, and then they stay in place. Alright, so the way I keep track of them, I just put them, as I said, in the rows. So you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in that row, and then you go across, and then you see another 2 here, or you can add that 3rd middle one if you want. Whatever makes it easier for you to memorize. Okay, so there's a 3rd one here that's holding that keyboard in, so we're going to take that out. And then another one here. Okay, so 3 screws along there. At least that's what makes it easier for me to remember, so that's what I do. Okay, and then just keep checking. Okay, we don't need to remove that screw. That's for the heatsink. The 1 screw for the optical disk drive, we're going to remove that. Okay, sometimes there's screws hidden underneath the CD drive, so take that screw out, and then you use your fingernail like this and just keep going up and down. Eventually, while you're pulling it, it'll basically cause it to wiggle itself out just like that. Okay, and there are 3 screws under there, so we're going to remove those as well. Okay, we're not going to remove all this other stuff because we're not going to take the motherboard out, or hopefully we're not going to have to. If I do need to, then I will, but because this is just like a customer repair and this model is so old, I'm not really going to benefit much from a complete disassembly on this video, so we're just going to do what's necessary. Okay, these kinds of connectors, if you're wondering how you remove them, you kind of just grab like the edges of it and you kind of just wiggle it So I don't want to kind of take them out because they're kind of difficult, but basically you just grab the edges. I use my fingernails and you kind of just wiggle it and keep wiggling it, and eventually it will pop out. Okay, just keep wiggling it, and there you go. See, it pops out just like that. So you don't want to just yank straight up. You do want to kind of wiggle it, and it'll eventually like walk its way out, just like the optical disc drive. Okay, so I think we got all those screws out. So now we're going to, oh, what is that? Ew. Is that from these feet? Yeah. So there's some stinky, or not stinky, some sticky sticker gunky residue on the bottom of this laptop feet, and it's kind of, yeah, it's messing up my desk. Anyways, I'm gonna put this down, open up the screen, and then we're gonna pop out the keyboard first. Okay, to pop out the keyboard, you want a thin pry tool. It doesn't need to be metal, it can be plastic, but you can also use like a flathead screwdriver. Let me zoom in to kind of show this. So inside here you can see there's these little tabs. I don't know if you can actually see it or not, but let me zoom in more. So as you can see, there's like a little tab there. So what I do is I get the tool in at an angle like this, and then I pull it forward, okay? And then you can get underneath, just like that. And you want to do that with all of those, okay? Just like that, get underneath, and then pull it forward. Oops, sorry, probably can't see that. Let me zoom out so you can kind of see all of them. Okay. So if you look at it closely, there's 4 of them. So you got this one, okay? And what you need to do is after you pull it out, you have to kind of keep something underneath. I just use my fingernails, and that helps keep the keyboard up like this. Then we're gonna go to this side, okay? Same thing. Sometimes it gets stuck, so let's see here. This one looks like it's filled with some gunk, so I don't know if it's gonna come out. Okay, let's go to this side. Actually, am I remembering this one wrong? Huh. Okay. If I'm remembering correctly, this bar is supposed, or this whole top plastic piece is supposed to come out. Let me see here. Yeah, this is an old model I haven't done in so long. Okay, so they actually have these little tabs here. Let me see if I can show this. So they actually have these plastic tabs here that have like K on it, which is basically means keyboard. So you need to actually pull these. Which way does this one go? Okay, this one doesn't even have the tab. This one has like a little clip on it that latches over here. So you have to kind of push it backwards and then push it through the hole. And then as you push these through the hole, then this frame part will pop up. Okay, with the power button area, and then you can lift this out actually. So we're gonna have to actually lift this piece out. Okay, it's gonna be kind of tough. You can use a pry tool if you want, but I mean in this case I didn't even use my fingernails. I just used the tips of my finger to kind of get underneath and help pull it. Okay, so as you can see, this frame is coming up. So now we're just gonna go down the side here and kind of pull this whole frame out. Okay, come on. Can be kind of a pain. You kind of have to wiggle it around and pull on it. There we go. But you want to be careful because there are cables underneath here, so you don't want to just quickly rip it out, or you can actually end up damaging those cables. Okay, come on. Let me zoom out some more. Oops, sorry. Alright, I'm just going to keep trying to wiggle this and pull it out. I forgot if there were cables under that side as well. We're going to keep going this way because this side seems to, oops, let's zoom out some more. Pull this junk out of the way. Okay, so we're just going across and we're just pulling this whole bracket up. Just like this, okay. You do kind of have to pull it a certain way, like away this way or that way. Just try pulling it all different ways, whichever way releases the clips easier for you. Okay, I kind of just wiggle it as I kind of lift, and here we go. This is out. Okay, so the top doesn't actually have any cables here, so you can actually flip it forward this way, and then we're going to release these connectors here. So to release these connectors, what you do is, okay, so let's zoom in. Okay, so to release these, there's these little latches that you just flip them up like this. All right, and then after that, you can see these cables come out. So here you can see, oops, let's zoom out. The screen's in my way, so I can't see. So here you can see this part goes here, and then the cable connects here. And now you can see we can actually access the hard drive here without taking out the rest of the keyboard. But if you want, you can take the keyboard out now. So what I do is I pull up on the middle, and then I push the sides in to kind of get it to bow outwards like this. And here you can see the keyboard comes up just like this. And then same thing, there's these latches for the keyboard connectors. I'm going to leave them alone because I don't need to replace it. But this is the keyboard connector, this is the keyboard backlight connector, and they come out just like these two cables. So I'm not going to show how to do that because it's the same thing. Just flip the latch up and pull the cable out. Alright, so we're going to leave that as is. And also, if you're going to take the whole computer apart, there's this here and a whole bunch of screws underneath as well. But again, the customer just wanted me to replace the hard drive, so that's what I'm going to do. Okay, I don't want to risk computers that don't need to be risked. Alright, so underneath here, there's 4 screws. Let me see if I can see. Alright, so 4 screws here. We're going to take those 4 out. And the customer said they're okay with a 240 gig SSD. So we're going to put in a 240 gig SSD in here. Alright, remove those 4 screws. Alright, once those 4 screws are out, we're going to remove the hard drive. So the hard drive slides over that way. So you can kind of use the bracket and the hard drive itself to kind of slide it over. This hard drive actually failed, so we're just going to take it out. Yeah, it's getting stuck. There we go. Alright, so let's take that out, just like that. We're going to transfer over this metal bracket to the new hard drive or SSD. So there's 4 screws here, just remove those. These are all PH1 or JIS1 screws, okay? So those screws, are just going to set them aside. Okay, and you want to make sure to put the bracket on the same way that you take it out. Okay, just like this. Okay, just like that. So we got the 4 screws out. We're going to take the bracket off. Leave the hard drive up that way because that's the way we want to put it. So I'm going to get the SSD now. Okay. 40 gig one, okay. Okay, so we got the SSD, okay. We're just going to put this thing on here, and then we'll just attach the screws. Okay, so get the screws here, and just put them on, just like this, alright. And I'll usually loosely fit the screws first, okay, just like that. Loosely fit the screws. And then once they're all in place, so you know that everything is lined up, you can tighten them all down. Okay. Just like that. Tighten the screw in place. Okay. Alright, now that we got all those screws in place, we put that in, and then we just slide it back in place, just like that. Set aside the old one, that one's completely dead. So, and then we'll put back in the screws here. Okay. Pretty straightforward. There's also the CMOS BIOS battery here, so if for some reason the date and time of your laptop keeps resetting or something, that means your CMOS or RTC battery is bad. And because this battery is what keeps the date and time settings as well as the boot settings and everything else, the BIOS settings, it keeps those intact. Alright, so we got all those screws back. Now we're going to put the top piece back in place. So just grab this, put it like that. Alright, slot that in. Alright, and then put the latch back down. Make sure that the cable is in straight, not crooked. Alright, we're going to do the same thing with this cable. Come on, go in. There we go. Get it all lined up. Sorry if my head's getting in the way. Put that latch down. And then just put that back in place. And we're just going to snap it all back down. Alright, just like that. Get all the clips back in. Alright, make sure everything is nice and flush. Okay, there we go. And it actually looks like, excuse me, there we go. So it actually looks like there's only one screw holding this keyboard thing in place, and then these latches. So I don't think all these other screws need to be removed. Let's see here. Actually, these screws look like they do have to be removed. So yeah, you do want to, just in case, I would say remove them all. There's not too many screws, but yeah, just to be safe, I would say remove all of them. Alright, so now we're going to just put it all back together. Because there's nothing on the SSD that we installed, we're going to have to install Windows on it. Okay, so you do want to go ahead and install the operating system on the computer. Alright. If you're not sure how to do that, I have videos on how you can create a bootable Windows USB. Or I also have videos on how you can clone your existing hard drive to an SSD, so that way you can upgrade your computer with an SSD and keep all the data and everything else intact. So there are those two options. Okay. Get this screw back in. Alright, get the last few screws back in. You can put this cover back on. Just put it at an angle like this. Drop it back down, pushing the clips down. Alright, you can do the middle screw first since it kind of bows up the whole cover a lot. And then the last two screws here for the cover. Alright, and then let's go ahead and put back the rest of the screws here. And there we go. So now we got everything reassembled. We'll put the battery back in. And that's all there is to it. So hopefully this video helped you guys. If it did, please like and subscribe. Help others find my videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.